FM.
So it's that time of the show, as we promised. We've got an interview lined up from a very talented DJ producer, also a good friend of mine, Mr. Klevakeys, inside the building. We're going to be running through some of his tracks. He's going to give us a little bit of information about his background, what he's up to. But we do welcome him to the studio on today's Idance360 show. Mr. Klevakeys, how are you feeling, my friends?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Cool. But yeah, firstly, I'd like to welcome you to Reprezent 107.3 FM.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Idance360. But yeah, track in the background. We're just, before I really proceed, to anyone who didn't know anything about house music or didn't know anything about yourself, in a simple paragraph, who are you and what do you do?
Well, basically, my name's Klevakeys, and basically I do deep soulful, bit of Afro as well, house music. Been doing house for since about 2010. So yeah, just been pushing ever since, and yeah, here we are.
Okay, so recently you've just, I know you've been working with a few vocalists over the last couple of years. You've recently released an album that's, I think,
yeah.
Well, should we backtrack? How did you actually get into the house sound? What was your introduction and kind of, what inspired you to make the house music?
Back in, I say, 2007, 2008. I mean, it was basically, to be honest, it was like the London house scene that, 'cause at the time I was doing a different style of music. So going to the local house raves, is what kind of inspired me, like the vocals, the beats, and because I used to listen to house before that, but not seriously. So
I know, obviously, back in the day we've known each other for quite a few years, but we come from a similar kind of path of music. I know back in the day you also kind of went through the whole house and garage kind of sound. So obviously,
that's it.
The house element or fourth element has always kind of been of influence to you. But in terms of actually starting and wanting to get into production, what was it that kind of started that made you want to be like, okay, I want to actually make music?
Or the house stuff. Basically,
not just music in general, because obviously I know you've got a background of very, I don't know, not everyone discloses their previous backgrounds, but I know you've had other aliases or other names for other different scenes. But in terms of like what inspired you from being the music listener to kind of becoming a music programmer or maker?
Well, basically I've been, because I was DJing, I started DJing in 99, and around about 99, 2000 I used to play garage music, and I used to get a lot of promos, a lot of dub plates, and I would cut all the dub plates, and
expensive plates.
Very. So I was cutting all the dub plates, and I was like, I want to make my own stuff. I want to make my own tracks. I want to cut my own dubs. So I kind of got hold of Reason, and in 2001, 2002.
If anyone was if anyone's just listening, because obviously you got to understand when we say Reason, we take it for granted, but Reason's a music production.
Music production software. So I started on Reason around about 2001, 2002, and from there it was just like, it's something I wanted to do as a passion. It's always been there for me to do it. So I got inspired, and I just started from there.
And in a way you're self-taught as well, isn't it? You didn't really you taught yourself how to produce and
because definitely it was hours and hours of practice, putting in the work and trying to perfect what I was learning at the time. So that's kind of where it started.
Okay, so like leading up to all that work, your first kind of significant track, what would you say it was something that kind of put you in the kind of house scene that established? Because obviously you had a top 10, or was it a number one at Tracksource charts?
I've had a number one, and I've had a few top 10s as well. But the first track that kind of put me in there was a track I'd done with Julia Weta called Stay, and that came out on my label Kevakeys Records, and that entered the top 10. I think that was in 2012. I'm not sure about the date. I should know these things, but But yeah, that was the first one. So the collaboration I did with Julie, that was the kind of first introduction, even though I had the previous releases beforehand. But yeah.
Klevakeys, you're gonna kill me, mate. I'm just trying to play Stay, and we haven't actually got it, but I'm gonna transfer it on from the other device over to the main system, and then yeah, we're gonna play it. But another track, anything else that I can play? I've got that.
After that, I mean, I'm not sure. Like, I just forget my releases. What else is there? There was Coming Over. There was Raising Vibrations featuring Diamond Dancer. Yeah, just whatever you got, NG.
Alright, we've got Come On Over, but yeah, we're gonna take that one in for the edge, play that, and then also you've got an album that's just been released on Tracksource, so we're gonna talk a bit more about the album, the concept behind it. But yeah, let's move into a track now called Come On Over. Klevakeys inside the building, myself, DJ NG, Idance360, Reprezent.
DJ NG presents Idance360 on Reprezent 107.3 FM.
Represent, 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 represent.
Right, so we're back. The joys of technology. I know years ago, if you ain't got a record on vinyl, you couldn't play it. But yeah, just gonna play the Judy track that Klevakeys did, the main song that kind of got him into it. But Keys, I know you kind of managed to climb the ropes. You had the #1 on Track Source. You now managed to link up with one of the godfathers of house music, or one of the prolific top guys in house music, Mr. Spen, DJ Spen from the Unquantized record label.
Yeah.
How did that all come about? And what's the plans? What's been happening?
Well, basically, Spen, he kind of got in touch with me via the email, and he said he's heard a lot about me and he wants me to do a EP for him, for his label. So, you know, obviously getting an email from, you know, a legend in house, I was up for it. I was on it. So
you're up for it. Come on, mate.
I was more than up for it.
More than that, mate.
I was more than up for it. So, like, yeah, I just kind of got a 4-track EP together, and that EP was Journey to the Sun EP, which was my last #1 release.
Okay, should we play Journey for the Sun and then get into the Judy track after?
Yep, that's fine, man.
Well, you got the 2 mixes. You got the original or Klevakeys deep mix. What do you want to give to them?
Original mix.
Oi, you! Don't touch that dial. Stay locked on. Represent.
Right, to anyone listening as well, Klevakeys will be getting in the mix for about half hour or so with his unique twist of eclectic house sounds. Got so many more questions to ask, and so keep it locked. Represent Idance360 1 to 3 a.m. here on Represent.
Represent.
Represent 107.3 FM.
Loving this one, Keys. This one, to any listeners brand new to the sounds of house music, is produced by Klevakeys. Journey to the Sun, the original mix. And just got quite a distinctive. I realised some of your songs are quite quite a distinctive sound, but what would you kind of categorize your sound within house music as? Because obviously you've got so many kind of subgenres emerging out now with like everything from deep house, future garage sounds, right through to like broken beat house and like disco soul, funk. Do you know what I'm saying? There's so many different styles of house, but what if you were to sum up yourself musically to describe someone, to tell someone what you made, what would be the definition or term?
I would say, to me, it's deep and soulful. You know, that's kind of that's what it is for me. You know,
okay.
That's kind of how I see it, like in terms of house, and you know, that's what kind of category I'd put it in. But not that you have to put stuff in categories, but that's kind of what I would call it. You know.
Okay, breaking down Klevakeys a bit more. Influences. What would you say your influences are to? Okay, I'm gonna ask you just towards house. Who do you kind of who influenced you or you look up to? And then secondly, musically, just as a whole, what's your influence musically?
In terms of house, you got so many names. You got, you know, Kerry Chandler, DJ Spen, Dennis Ferrer. You know, there's so many names. Sean McCabe, Tony Humphreys. There's a lot of people. Booker T's good as well. There's a lot of good house producers out there. But in terms of overall musically, you know, I really listen to like Stevie Wonder, Jamiroquai, you know, like the old school, like Michael Jackson.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah,
Because you showed me one or two things about MJ that I've been like,
definitely.
Oh my gosh, like.
Yeah, man. So it's like
quite eclectic listening.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, we're gonna move into something now from Klevakeys, which featured the vocal sounds of Julie. Is it Iweta?
Yeah, Julie Iweta.
What was the link up with that? How did you come across, and what was the concept of the track?
Yeah, that story was funny as well, because she was on my Facebook, and I see one of her videos on my feed, and I just checked it out, and it was like an acoustic video. So I listened to it, and I thought she was sounding good. So I just messaged her and then made a tune, and that's where it all started, you know, social networking.
And where did this get to in the track source charts?
It got into the top 10.
Okay.
Got into the top 10, yeah.
Heavy. Yeah. That's the thing, is there's not nothing's clear cut with you. I'm just staring at my Serato and there's like a zillion songs, like other producers like, okay, 10 bangers or whatever, but you've got like a catalogue of what, like 70 songs or something?
Yeah, definitely.
Crazy. But yeah, we're gonna move into this song now. Stay is the title of a track. Do remember, Klevakeys' work is available up on Track Source, iTunes as well.
Yeah, everywhere else.
Okay, so the full download sites. But yeah, keep it locked. Represent DJ NG, Idance360 inside with DJ producer Klevakeys.
DJ NG presents Idance360 on Reprezent 107.3 FM.
sweet love born inside of me. Ever closer to my destiny, but I am still feeling a little unsure. There's so many paths that I've taken, but I am never looking at what's in front of me. It's a bumpy road, so there'll be some ups and downs, but soon everything will be fine. Now I know this is where I go home. There's no way that I am ever turning back, because there ain't no other place than right here, where I feel your embrace is right here. Any time of day, just right here. Oh, right here. There ain't no other place than right here, where I feel your embrace is right here. Any time of day, just right here.
Alright, Keys, loving this. Nice and soulful, wicked production.
Thank you.
But it's kind of funny because off air, when the mics are off, we were kind of chit-chatting away, and that's exactly what you said then was exactly what I wanted to hear. But I don't know if you can replicate or re-say what you said, but basically we're just chatting about, what is it, kind of...
The production, basically. No, just, like, this track that was made in 2012, and it's just good to hear back and, not wanting to change anything from the track and try and give the track some longevity, Kind of, as a producer, that's kind of the aim for me.
Timeless music in the sense of not listening
back in 10 years thinking, that I would like to change something when, just want to try and get something the best it can be right now instead of, looking back.
You don't really follow scenes, I've noticed, in certain respects. Because, like, for example, like, we're talking the other day that you can make a banger, or like a song could be a banger, but it's the scene that kind of makes a song a banger. But if you detach the scene away and you take the music in isolation and listen to that song in isolation, break it down musically, it's not all that. But obviously, the scenes can make things bigger than what they are. But if you take away the scene of, like, I don't know, soulful house, and you just see your thing as just music, it is actually quite...
Definitely.
Like, I know my old man could listen to this.
Yes.
Like, it's musical, it's nice, it's music with soul.
And that's my main aim, to be honest. That's in terms of other types of genres and, within just like London and the rest of the world. I just want to, if I feel that I want to make something, whether it's in fashion or out of fashion, whatever, I'll just make it because that's what I want to, that's what I want to make. And I'm not gonna let outside influences, kind of dictate what I produce. I'd rather just make what I feel I need to make. It's like expression. So that's basically that's where I'm coming from anyway.
But you did say about your objectives and aims. But I know, like, interviews as well, I kind of do like to have an objective with it. But one of them is obviously represent Voice of Young London. We've got a lot of young listeners out there, but people that kind of want to climb a ladder to where you've got to and want to get into it. Or what's your advice? Because obviously you went off and you, even though you had certain successes in the past in other genres, and even within the house, you studied for a little bit as well, isn't it?
Yes,
so,
I did.
So you kind of, you would recommend like getting on a certain course, or?
Well, I only did it because I just wanted to do it. But it's good to get as much knowledge as possible, But in terms of people wanting to get to a certain place, my advice is just stick to your true self and make sure you just make what you feel you want to make. Try not to get, influenced. Like, try not to get too influenced where you just forget where you're coming from. You see what I mean? You got to keep your, stay true to yourself, and just keep pushing. And then eventually you'll get to where you want to get to.
It's like law of attraction as well, isn't it? Because I know you put a lot of stuff out, and then your meeting with Spen, obviously, it's a blessing, and I know that's obviously from your consistent hard work,
consistency, and never give up, basically.
So Spen, obviously, he's someone I look up to, and we play some of his music on the show, and top quality producer, and very what's the word? Very looked up to. But
he's my favourite producer at the moment as well. So.
Heavy. But you've got the Quantize album. I know obviously we want to get into the mix, so we're going to eat into the time a little bit by talking. But obviously, it's good for people to know. But Quantize, the album is out now.
Lost and Found.
Say again?
Lost and Found.
Lost and Found. Sorry,
Klevakeys.
Lost and Found album's out on Quantize now. It's climbing up the album charts on Tracksource now, yeah?
Yeah, it's climbing up the charts. It's currently at number 31. So big shouts to everyone that's locked in. You know, check it out.
12-track album.
12-track album. Yep. A lot of different variations on there, from Afro to soulful to deep to house. You know, so. It's all good. It's all on there.
Anything specific you want to play now as the next track from that album?
You can play just track featuring Eddie or just anything on the album. Anything you got. I'm sure I've got you the whole album.
You're giving me the whole works, mate. So you take a pick.
You could just play anything, click anything. I don't mind. It's cool.
Back to the Deep or Just a Feeling?
Back to the Deeps. Yeah, Back to the Deeps.
It's the old school one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think I played that. Did a cover show last week, Friday night for Lowell here in Reprezent, and
okay,
we did play it. So I'm gonna play it again because I did like the mood. It's got the old school tip, isn't it?
Yeah.
The right one. All right, cool. But keep it up. We're gonna play in one more track, couple more questions, and Klevakeys gonna get in the mix for us here in Reprezent. DJ NG, Idance360. Keep it locked.
Represent House.
concept behind it, because obviously it reminds me of kind of the Strictly Rhythm kind of era of music, the record label.
Yeah.
That kind of, that's been quite a strong influence for myself. But what was the inspiration behind this kind of, I'll say new school, old school kind of track?
Well, basically I was on the keys and I got them chords together and I just come up with a melody straight away like that. And this kind of vibe just was like when I played the chords, the vibe was, I was like, yeah, it's that kind of tune, you know. So I just put the chords down and then just made everything around that, and then just, yeah, that's kind of how I done that. And I was on that kind of, I was on that vibe. So yeah.
Okay, kind of a personal question, because some people might be a little bit protective over kind of not necessarily secrets, but just ways of doing things. But
yeah.
What is your setup? Are you kind of more of a hardware man, or are you more kind of all in the box in terms of just inside the computer and programs, or what's your kind of building method?
I'm just a software guy. And that's it.
Okay, I personally know what you use, but
yeah.
do you mind telling the people
yeah, it's
out
cool.
there?
I use a program called Studio One by Reprezent, and I use that alongside Contact, and a lot of other VSTs and synths and bassline programs like Trillion and Omnisphere and Albino. So yeah, there's a lot that I've got, that I use, and I try and kind of incorporate, depending on which track I make, I will go to certain instruments because I know what sounds certain instruments have, so
Okay, this question might be a little bit what's the word? Hold on, so I've got music playing in the background that shouldn't be playing. The question might be a little bit kind of non-interest to some of the listeners, but I know we do get a lot of kind of music geeks. Kind of, I refer to myself as a music geek, but people of kind of, the techie side that are quite interested who listen to the show. But in terms of, obviously, I'm a Logic user. You got me onto Logic. Obviously, I was on Reason and Pro Tools before, but you used to preach Logic to me, and now you kind of made the transition of coming off Logic, which is kind of probably one of the most universal and kind of most used programs in studios. Yeah. And you've gone to something called Studio One now.
Yeah, Studio One.
What's the reasoning behind that? In kind of, obviously, I remember you used to tell me, it's all about Logic, never leaving Logic kind of thing. But obviously, changes happen, and how's everything on Studio One? I mean,
ultimately, it don't really matter what you use as long as you know what you're doing. But me personally, Studio One is just more user friendly, and you can get a lot more things done faster, and it's just a lot more easier to create music with Studio One because it's just so more easier to use. Basically, I mean, there's so much things I can get into, but it's just easier to use and it's more user friendly. So that's kind of why I switched from Logic, because when Logic done the update, it was just a bit too much, and so there you go.
So these tracks are all made on Logic, yeah?
No. These are Studio One.
Oh, Studio One.
This one and a few other new ones on the album are Studio One.
What about Hold of Me?
Hold of Me was made on Logic.
Okay, so we're going to get into this track now featuring sensational vocalists from the house scene, US house scene, isn't it?
Yes.
Michelle Weeks. This is the Klevakeys alternative piano mix.
Yep.
Aye, don't touch that dial. Stay locked on to Reprezent.
DJ NG presents Idance360 on Reprezent 107.3 FM.
Michelle Weeks and Klevakeys on the funky track. Yeah. Woo! I love this one. Yeah. Can you feel it? Come on. Yeah. That's right. Can you feel it? Come on. Yeah. Can you feel it?
Klevakeys, definitely got to take my hat off to you on this one. Wicked production.
Thank you very much, man.
That's right. Can you feel it? Come on.
So this one, Hold On, Klevakeys alternate piano mix. So Klevakeys and Michelle Weeks. So the original track.
That's right.
And you know what? I should know Michelle Weeks. She's a feature vocalist and quite a lot of stuff, isn't it? But I know she's got she's massive, isn't it?
Yeah,
Michelle Weeks.
she was in that film back in the 80s called Little Shop of Horrors. Not sure.
I remember. Yeah. It's like a monster.
Yeah. The green monster.
Yeah.
She was in that. So yeah, she's been around for a long time.
Okay. But yeah, so the album. This was where did this get to? What did this do?
This one went into top 20 as well. So this one came out on Housekeys Records, my label. So yeah, this one done quite well.
And saying top 20 to someone could be like, okay, cool, yeah, just
on
like
Traxsource,
there's loads of download sites, but Traxsource is, to me, when I got into house, well, obviously when the whole digital era came, and I started getting on these CDs and MP3s and stuff, Traxsource was the biggest portal for house music. So getting a top 100 on there is like equivalent to like having the top 100 on the iTunes charts, just music in general. So that's a big thing. So the album, you're in about how many charts now within Traxsource? I swear every single chart
I'm in
got
like
releasing them.
5 charts right this second.
That's
so
crazy.
Soulful, Afro, House, Hype chart and album chart.
Okay. Album-wise, you want to give any information about it, or this interviews are all about you kind of promoting what you got to promote and getting out those eyes, but likewise it's to kind of give listeners as well like knowledge on basically how to do things and just picking up tips really, and as well as that obviously just general entertainment musically, which we're actually going to play some stuff which you haven't made. I'll basically ask you your top 3 tracks at the moment, but I know 2 of them we have got. The third one I think we might be able to get, but we can get into that now so people get a background of kind of what you're feeling. And so
in terms of the album, I mean, basically I wanted to get together a collection of tracks that kind of represented me and what I want to put out there, and that's why on the album I put different types of house. It's not only you got the soulful, you got the Afro, you got the deep, and there's different types of house on there. So I mean, I like to always kind of do some different stuff. I don't like to make the same kind of stuff all the time. So
they're not all new tracks as well. I've taken Lost and Found.
Some of them have been re-released, but there's a lot more new tracks on there as well. So the concept was just to get all my the collection of a lot of tracks I think will do well, put them out there.
Okay, and you know what I do actually want to big up, we got some mutual friends, but bigging up Nixon, wicked.
Shouts to Nixon as well. He played bass on Stay Track featuring Julia Weta. So Nixon is definitely very talented. So shouts to Nixon.
Also got big up Eddie as well, one of the features artists on one of the tracks. But we're going to move into something now. You're saying this is one of your favourite tracks at the moment? The Michelle...
Oh yeah, Michelle Shivriani, Clap Your Hands, and that is definitely one of my favourite tracks at the moment. It's out now on Quantize Recordings, so check that one out.
DJ NG presents Idance360 on Reprezent 107.3 FM.
stress enough if you're locking in. This is Idance360, DJ Engie inside the place. Got an interview with Klevakeys currently running, and this is one of his personal favourites right about now. Keep it locked, represent.
Represent, represent, represent,
Selections, wicked. And do you know what? You perfectly fit into this show because anyone on the regular listeners will know. 2-hour show normally. Thursday nights to Friday morning, main show. And last part of the show, we always do it. Music with soul. First part of the show, we normally go with the deep house, future Gary sounds. Kind of playing all the playlist stuff for kind of promo stuff, but tune of the week, which we've had with the interview, kind of a different little feature for this week's show. But yeah, classic music with soul. How did you come across this one, Klevakeys?
Yeah, this one I got in my promo email, and yeah, this one's out now on Quantize Recordings. So yeah, this one's a big track.
So explain to me then, you got a slightly bit confused. You got the Quantize label and unquantized label, yeah?
Yeah, that's Quantize, unquantized. Quantize is like for the vocal stuff, and unquantized is for the instrumental stuff. So shouts to DJ Spen and Tommy Davis for the labels. Definitely doing a lot of good stuff right now.
Tommy Davis is another big name as well. I remember he did that song back in, like we call it funky house, but really truly deep soulful tribal house in London 2006. But Night Train, that's the same Tommy Davis, isn't it?
Basement Boys, yeah.
Basement Boys?
Yeah.
Okay.
So big shouts to them.
But obviously the music history is quite, they're Detroit based, I take it?
Basement Boys, past 20 years they've been doing it a long time, you know, so definitely legends in the game.
Alright, so I do know you kind of got a weekly podcast or radio show as well.
Yeah.
So how can people basically get in contact, or is there a kind of a portal or a place of interest for Klevakeys?
Yeah, if you want to check out all the mixes, all the latest music, go to soundcloud.com/Klevakeys, and that's KLEVAKEYS. Also as well, Klevakeys.com. Check it out.
Remember, that's with a K, guys, not a C, as I often kind of get confused. Klevakeys. I think I've sent you some stuff and it's bounced back at me, realising I've got put a C instead of a K, but distinctive name. So now we're going to move into something now. Your another personal favourite track, yeah?
Yeah, this one, a track by DJ Spen, and this one's called Stranger, the original mix. So make sure to check this one out.
DJ NG presents Idance360 on Reprezent 107.3 FM.
Hey there, stranger. Feels so good to see you back again. How long has it been? Seems like a mighty long time. So glad that you're back home, girl. Feels like you've been gone forever. How long has it been? Feels like a mighty long time. Long time. Feels like a long time. Feels like a long time. Hey, stranger. Come on home and see your baby. 'Cause it won't be long. I'm gone. Seems like a mighty long time. Hello, stranger. I'm so glad that you're home again. How long has it been? Tell me how long has it been? How long has it been? Seems like a mighty long time. Long time. Seems like a mighty long
Keys, you're saying this is one of the biggest songs of the scene, yeah? Within your circle.
Yeah, definitely. Loving this one.
You said, I can't believe it. Yeah, Spen's on the vocals to this as well.
Yeah, this one's Spen on the vocals. Yeah, love it. Love
Heavy.
it.
Very kind of bluesy influence.
Yeah, definitely. Loving the sound.
You reckon the blues kind of sounds coming back into the house, or?
There's a couple out there already that I'm just loving. So definitely.
But you know,
Loving it.
one thing that's kind of, it's going to intrigue me to know, but obviously you're a man of soul. I can tell by your music, you love your music with soul,
Yeah.
melodical,
Definitely,
etc. But in terms of the new school kind of house sounds, I don't know if you're following it, but
Yeah.
in London right now we've got this kind of they're calling it deep house, some people call it future garage, but
Yeah.
it's this whole kind of cutting shapes,
Yeah.
kind of shuffling,
Yeah.
that whole kind of that kind of that scene. But what's your take on the scene? How you find these things in London, like musically on that side?
You know what, like,
Is it something that basically is it something you'll play or incorporate within your sets, or?
Well, if there's a track that I like, then I'll play it. But my ear's always my ear's always down to the ground. I'm always aware of what's going on and what scenes are happening in London and wherever, because I always like to keep my ear to the ground and see what's happening. But in terms of the scene over here, and the techie scene, I mean, they're doing their thing, and you know, they're expressing themselves. They're making house music which is true to them. So to me, that's what house is about. You're making music that's true to you, and you know, that's the kind of the way I see it. You know, they're doing their thing, so it's all good.
Okay, do you want to play something from the album, because this tune just kind of runs short on us, but
yeah. Which one? What have you got? You got
take
everything,
mate.
Play
we're in the digital era now, so
play the one featuring Eddie. Makes me jump.
got to big up Eddie as well, feature vocalists. You got 2 mixes of this. What are we playing?
Play the dub, the Makes Me Jump. Yeah.
The album version.
Yes.
This the right version.
Yeah, this is the right one. Yeah.
But yeah, how did this one come about?
Yeah.
I know the answer, but yeah.
Yeah, this one basically I met up with a guy called DJ NG, and he knew this singer, and because I asked you for the singer, and yeah, you hooked me up. So big up for this one, NG.
But yeah, Eddie as well, wicked vocalist. We've got that kind of rich, kind of I don't say gospel vocal, but that original kind of classic.
Yeah, she's got a classic 90s vocal sound.
Yeah, 90s vocal, that's it.
Yeah.
But this is the dub mix, innit? It's kind of like when I remember when you first played it to me, it was like kind of like it reminded me of like an MK kind of tip.
Okay.
But
yeah, this one entitled Makes Me Jump. This one myself featuring Eddie. So check this one out.
DJ NG presents Idance360 on Reprezent 107.3 FM.
Big shouts out to all the Reprezent family across the capital, maybe even across the capital. Sorry, across the country. What we are streaming, www.represent.org.uk across the globe. We do like your house sounds as well. Some specialist shows to watch out for in the evenings here. You can tune into Takeover Show with Laurel, Friday nights 9 to 11. And also the Freight Train Tuesday nights with a Derailed Show, 7 to 9 p.m. And I got big on the Eddie Cox as well. You can catch her once a month with the Less Sleep More House Show, Monday nights, I think 9 to 11 once a month. And it's quite funny because a couple of days ago me and Eddie Cox were stranded in the airport. Our flight to Ibiza got cancelled and complete mayhem. But I do know she's out in Ibiza right now. Got a big up Tiny, send out to Billy Cox as well. Send out to Georgia, Easy Marlon K, Gemma. Send out to T-Man. I know there's a whole heap of names I'm forgetting, but big up all the crew over in Ibiza as well. Got a big up the Philosophy crew as well, just flew out last night. Send out to Justin James, Easy Whisper. Send out to Sarah. Well, it looks like everyone's travelling overseas for that period of the year. The house music, global movement, global sounds. We're just looking for one of Cleese's biggest tracks. To my disappointment, I do not have it on my Serato. Tut tut tut. But Keys, what'd you get up to aside from music, or is music kind of, it's your, I don't know, your one passion, or?
Yeah, no, it's what I do every day, so that's what I get up to every day.
Let's play something else from the album, because there's so many tracks we can play. I think we're going to bypass this mix and just do track after track. We might even run over a bit past the 3 a.m. hour. Let's talk about this track. Obviously, this is kind of the first thing we're playing on the show that's kind of outside of the traditional kind of kick snare. It's kind of got a kind of little Afro kind of beat to it.
Yeah, this one's on that vibe, definitely.
How much of the South African house sound influences you?
Yeah, all of it. You know, every kind of house kind of influences me. So, you know, I'm always open to different types of house, you know, to be inspired by. And this is one of the tracks where, you know, I was inspired by the Afro side of house and just put my own interpretation on it. So yeah, this one entitled The Congo Dub.
Klevakeys to actually shut up, because when he's off the mic, it's like the guy's talking. I was like, no, keep this for here, this is what I want to hear. But yeah, a bit of background information to this. He was telling me that he's been sitting on it for a couple of years. He made this 2-3 years ago. But what was the thing behind this?
Yeah, basically, I was booked to play at an event called 7. And shouts to Scholar T for that as well. And I just basically made a tune to play at a rave. And yeah, I literally just made the track and then just played it at the rave, and then it never came out after that. And you know, there you go. That's how it went.
Sorry,
No, go on.
how much of your stuff would you say that you play within your set? Are you kind of, because I don't know, see with me, like, I can make songs, but you will never hear them with my selection. I know a lot of other people as well, they don't always play their own productions, they kind of let other people, but do you kind of incorporate, is your productions, I don't know, like 90% of your own stuff and 10% others, or?
Yeah, I try to, see with me, it's about I try to play as much as my tracks in the set as possible. But if a few of my tracks ain't working within the set I'm playing, you know, then I won't play my track, because my set is about taking people on a journey, and as a DJ, you wanna kind of continue the journey. I don't want to kind of just ruin it. Not ruin it. Sounds a bit mad, but it's like if it fits within what I'm doing, then I'll play it. But obviously, I obviously wanna play my tracks, but I kind of try and keep it in terms of a DJ's perspective and trying to
flowing.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you can play your own track for the sake of that playing.
Yeah,
it can
exactly.
mess up the whole thing.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Kind of being selfish in a way, playing your track. And
so I try not to do that. I try to just play it when it's needed. You know.
Got ya. What's your setup as well in terms of obviously I know, because I must have put something on the other day about me going into the whole kind of Serato laptop era into USB, because a lot of DJs now just walk in with USBs to clubs. But what's your whole take on the whole kind of digital advance? Because obviously you're like me, you come from the whole record shopping days and like basically collecting records. But what's your setup? Are you kind of you got the laptops, or you running USBs or CDs or?
Well, for me, I think that the way it's going now is great, because I don't have to carry a record box anymore, and USBs is great for me. I mean, a lot of people are sentimental in terms of vinyl, and you know, they want to hold something, but with me it's about the music, and you know, it's about, as long as the listener, the raver, as long as they can hear the track, it doesn't matter what medium I'm playing it on. If I could play it on CD, or as long as I'm playing the music, that's all that matters. So in terms of like USB, I think that's great. I think, you know, just go in there, carry a USB. Like, I've got no kind of attachment to the vinyl days, even though I came from the vinyl days, you know.
What's your opinion on the sync button?
The sync, I think it's great if you wanna use it in terms of taking your set to the next level, i.e. looping and making new tracks within your set. But if it's to just hold a mix and you just press the sync button, I think that's a bit, that's you know, it's not really
talentless.
Yeah. So if you want to use it to excel your set, like making tracks, live tracks within your set, then it's good, you know. It's good.
Okay.
Definitely.
I was just looking at my screen, and obviously this is kind of an Afro kind of beat tip, but Diamond Dancer, raising vibrations?
Yeah.
What's the story behind that? Because obviously Diamond Dancer's pretty established as well within the house scene.
Yeah, Diamond Dancer, she was, I got in contact with her via Facebook, and she was on her way, she was touring at that time, and she was just before WMC Miami, she was coming to London doing a few shows over here, so I made the track, sent it to her, and she wrote to it. No, actually she didn't even write to it, she wrote to it when she came to London. We wrote it together in the studio, so, and then vocaled it, and then this one here, there you go.
What's the style? What is this kind of?
This one is
deep Afro.
This one is classed as deep Afro, deep Afro house.
All these tracks, they're out on TrackSource and all the big download sites, so...
Yep, this one is out on my latest Lost and Found album, so check this one out.
Underground sounds, house music, here, Reprezent, DJ NG, Idance360 alongside Klevakeys, DJ producer.
Represent.
Raise your vibration. The higher frequency will prevail if you allow it. Raise your vibration. The higher frequency will remain if you choose it. Raise your vibration. The higher frequency will come if you're open to it. Raise your vibration. The higher frequency will prevail if you allow it. What is your frequency? 310, willingness. 350, acceptance. 400, reason. 500, love. 540, joy. 600, peace. 700 and above, enlightenment. Raising the vibration is about what we do every day. prevail if you allow it. $310 willingness, $350 acceptance, $400 reason, $500 love, $540 joy, $600 peace, $700 and above enlightenment. You raise the vibration
I
by
should put
not
a don't
scouring
touch
appearance of the crime
thing on that in
child.
Klevakeys. We've got some incense in the studio, and everyone that's come in has always picked up the box and smelled it. It's the most beautiful incense smell I've ever smelled. Some unknown brand from the other side of the world, but I've got to Google it and get some more because I'm big on my incense sticks.
Get me a packet.
Yeah, Klevakeys wants a packet as well, so
vibrations.
post up on my Instagram to see what it is. Klevakeys, you on Instagram? What's the deal with social networks?
Social networks is basically everything /Klevakeys. So Twitter is /Klevakeys. Instagram is Klevakeys.
What's the main thing? Are you big on Instagram or?
I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. So check me out there. They're the main ones. SoundCloud as well.
Cool. What do you reckon in the future of the music as well? Like the whole, I don't know, everything. Where's music going to be in 10 years' time?
Do you know what? I think everything goes around in circles. So it's all going to come and go and come and go and come and go. It's just a cycle. That's the way I see it.
You don't think there's going to be no like a next kind of major transition or shift? Obviously, like we went through things like from the analog to the digital era. We've gone from like I don't know physical, obviously with that the physical to the MP3s and do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Digital.
Well, I mean, in terms of musical like trends and genres, I mean, like I said, it goes around in circles, but you know, I mean, it could go anywhere. I mean, just a different type of version of soulful and different type of deep sound. So just have to wait and see, you know.
Do you think soon we're gonna have like I don't know, built-in microchips in us or something else? You know, I'm thinking about it, like we're getting smaller and smaller and smaller. I've got DJ turning up to some of my club nights just with like one USB key and like some in-ear headphones which they can put in their pockets, and I'm thinking like
technology.
It's crazy, Technology,
it's crazy.
But it's like just for example now, like I was missing a couple of tracks, and instead of getting the USB and sending them over, we're emailing them over. Like it's crazy that now technology is moving so quick. Definitely. But just as quick, you're kind of churning songs out by the bloody. Sorry, excuse my language. You're churning music over like literally on a weekly to fortnightly basis, really, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. So a lot of work's happening right now. Just finished a remix for a guy called Josh Iman, and that is called Love on the Line featuring Nina Provencal. So that is forthcoming on Fused Records, so you watch out for that one.
Topic of feature vocalists, you got another track here, Julie Iweta, Moving On. What's the story behind this one? Because I do actually like, it's quite it's chirpy. This one's chirpy, isn't it?
Yeah, this one entitled Moving On, and basically this was the follow-up to Stay that done well, top 10 on Traxsource, and we just done another track just because we worked well together, and every time we're in the studio together there's a nice chemistry vibe, you know, so we work well together. So check this one out. This one, Moving On, alternative mix, produced by myself.
DJ NG presents Idance360 on Reprezent 107.3 FM.
Still to come, we got Klevakeys' favourite song, classic song he's picked. I do actually like, but we're going to play that later on in the show. Idance360 here, Represent 107.3 FM across the capital London, here in the UK. The www.represent.org.uk. Listen back to the show in your own time, represent.org.uk/Idance360, or you can search for official DJ NG on SoundCloud.
Represent House.
because Klevakeys was saying this song brought back so many memories with him. But I was out in my friend's studio the other day and we're just picking up vinyls. And it's kind of like, I was just saying, each song's like a frozen moment of time.
Definitely.
It's just like,
definitely.
You're saying you got so many memories with this song, but
yeah,
it's like, yeah, a permanent fixture of time, stuck in that one kind of capsule.
It.
Or
that's it.
Represent.
Another question. If I'm a young listener listening to Reprezent right now, basically, I make music, I think the music's good, my mate said the music's good, I want to get it out there. What's the next step? What do I do?
Well, you can do it. You can do there's many ways to get your music out there. You can put at the click of a button you can put your music on YouTube, and you can do there's many avenues now. So, or you can give your music to labels or start your own label. So it really, for me, I started my own label and I put my music out there like that, and then because of that, then other people saw that what I was doing, and then they was interested because I was doing my own stuff, and they kind of built up a reputation like that, and then kind of it's like a domino effect, a knock-on effect. So, the more you do, the more consistent you are, the more you make up contacts, and yeah, there you go.
You said about, we did touch on the label as well. The label name, Kevakeys Records.
Kevakeys Records, yeah. I've also, yeah, so Kevakeys Records is my label. I've had like 14 releases on there. So yeah, that's my label, and right now I'm working closely with Unquantized Recordings, so I'm just doing a bit of both right now.
Busy man.
Boy, it's hard.
I can just about finish one song like bloody, sorry, keep saying the B word, in a year. There you are, managing a record label, got a radio show, studio engineer. You mix down all your own stuff as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Time waits for no one. So you just gotta do what you gotta do, and just gotta keep it moving.
Very true about the time aspect. This track, what is this?
This one entitled London City Dub, and this one produced by myself. Check it out.
Represent.
says on this one, London City Dub. Any specific reason?
Well, yeah, this bit here, the bongos and that. Who's that remind you of?
Certain bongo player in the city.
Yeah. So I kind of tried to capture that vibe. That's why I called it London City Dub.
Got ya. And obviously you're originally from London.
Yeah.
Born, raised.
Yeah. Born and raised in London. So yeah, I just thought I'd just trying to capture that vibe. You know that vibe.
Yeah.
So
garage music as well, because obviously I don't know, like it's weird because coming through the house sound, when a lot of us jump from the sounds of garage, house and garage, it was kind of going a bit kind of grimier and bassier, and a lot of people jump to the funky house thing 05, 06.
Yeah.
But they kind of like, they hit the garage past or like the grime past.
Yeah.
But how big of an influence was garage to you?
Definitely, massively big. Like even now, like I think my mix downs reflect on that, because with garage, you know, it was so well produced that even now it sounds really good, you know. So it's like really clean and really, and it's kind of molded the way I want my tracks to sound, you know, like the old garage sound, like MJ Cole and, you know, all of the old producers. Just
give me 3 names then from garage that you kind of that coming up through you looked up to as was or respected as producers for their sound.
MJ Cole is one of them. Sticky is one of them, and Wookie. So they're the three guys that really, that I really liked in terms of production and their tracks. So yeah, them 3.
Okay, interesting. We got a song lined up. I asked you to pick your favourite song of all time.
Yes.
I was quite surprised when you said this song, but it is a wicked song.
Big track.
I've got a vinyl version, a version we've had on vinyl. Quality might not be top notch, so do bear with me. But anything else you want to play before we come to an end of the interview? Anything you want to say? Because I know the album is pretty extensive. There was one track we were looking for which we can't find, but all these tracks are up on your SoundCloud as well, aren't they?
Yes. Basically, you know, the album's out now. Lost and Found. It's out on Quantize Recordings. So yeah, make sure you check that one out, and support the cause.
Alright, the next track I think we are going to play, go into it. The Boss. Mr. Braxton's track it out with The Boss. Is it?
Yeah, big track.
Masters of work on the, it said the dub mix, but was it a vocal mix?
No, this is the one. This is the dub mix.
Main one.
Yeah.
Before we conclude with the interview as well, if you were to say a tip to any aspiring DJ producer, or just words of wisdom coming through, because I know like coming through we've learned a lot of lessons coming through the scenes, and I wish some people could have told me things when I was younger, to kind of, so I wouldn't have tripped up now. But what can you say to people to guide them through?
Main thing is, you know, just follow your heart and soul, and if you believe in yourself, then you can go anywhere. So believe in yourself.
So I said last bit again? Apologies.
Believe in yourself.
Okay. Keys, why is this your favourite track? What is it? What is it about it?
This tune is definitely my favourite track, house track of all time. Like it's the whole track is when the strings come in, it's amazing. It's amazing.
You still got a lot of vinyls?
Yeah, I still got my vinyls. Just sitting there collecting dust.
Like many, so I'm told these days, but we will be doing a vinyl selection very soon. We do them once every month or so. Loads of gems that never really get the ears they should do in this current era of radio broadcast. We'll be back in a couple more minutes, but enjoy this one. Klevakeys choice, personal favourite for the house genre.
Represent.
station represent 2-way.
Keys, I put you on the spot, mate, don't worry. I was just saying to him to name me his favourite song of all time, any genre, just a song, a monumental song. I know someone's to ask me, it's not something I could just say on the top of my head. I'd have to proper think about it because it's, there's so many songs. Keys, what's your favourite club? Just out of curiosity.
Favorite club? Boy, I'm not even sure. There's that. Oh man.
Right, we phasing it. How many?
Put me on the spot.
How much influence is music from the 70s and 80s to you?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely influences me and inspires me. Like Stevie Wonder and like MJ and Prince and it just inspires me a lot. Definitely.
Would you say you take more influence from the newer music or the older music?
Definitely, majority of music that I listen to is old school, so I would say older. I still listen to the new stuff. Like I like Pharrell Williams and that. Pharrell's sick. Yeah. I like majority of stuff. I'm kind of open anyway. Whatever sounds good, it's all good.
Keys, anyone you want to pick up before we're out of here?
Big shouts to DJ NG for having me up here, and shouts to all the Reprezent crew, and just everyone supporting my music right now. Big thanks to you lot.
Keys, I must say it's been a pleasure. Thanks for the such short notice. I kind of got you down here, and we kind of managed to get through everything okay. But do remember, check this guy out. One to watch out for the next couple of years on major things, because the rate of progression this guy has gone through in the last couple of years has been immense. Check him out on Tracksource. Check him out on all the social networks. Gonna leave you something from him. Track's entitled "Let Me Take You" by Klevakeys. Remix from a couple of years back on Mellow Tip. But do remember, Mellow House Tip. But do remember, Idance360 here in Reprezent 107.3 FM, 1 to 3 a.m. business, Thursday nights to Friday morning predominantly. And if you want to listen back, SoundCloud, official DJ NG, or represent.org.uk/Idance360. Easy to say, guys, have a wicked end of the week, wicked weekend. Until next week, keep it up to Represent. From myself and Klevakeys, we say peace.
Peace.
DJ NG presents Idance360 and Reprezent 107.3 FM.
When I see the sun in your eyes, I'm blinded by the love I can't hide, and I know you feel the same. Unafraid of what's to come, I see myself is melting my resolve to patiently be in love. And I feel like giving up to turn the feelings off. But your face I can't erase from my heart. I'm on my knees, I wanna tell you that's how I'm feeling. 'Cause I am in love, I know you love me, yeah, yeah.
Across the city of London, from borough to borough, this is Reprezent 107.3 FM.